Yeah, they're shooting themselves in the foot because it's like you're pushing this feminine, like feminist shit where like, oh, women should have a safe environment to excel, and then you allow, and then once you reach all of these things where like women set up to succeed, then you're like, oh, by the way, anyone can be a woman. So it's like, well, then what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? You get what I say? Like, imagine, imagine you have Latino.
and then a man turns into a woman, and then she starts excelling, and no, like that's not what I meant.
Like, isn't that going back to what they were complaining about men not allowing them to succeed? And then the irony is that the man comes back as a woman and fucks them up again.
and doesn't allow them to succeed.
I mean, we're fucking. My my boy DJ IQ it's gotta be in the lows, and we're figuring this shit out.
In the lows, well, like the 80s, nigga.
Like the low 80s, I don't know. Like the low 80s.
Like,
no, maybe
right above the line. Right above the line.
Like right above the line where they wouldn't kick you out of the army. Right there. I'm thinking this is like high 80s, low 90s. And we're figuring this shit out. So you tell me what the fuck is wrong with you, okay? Like, I'm all for like taxes and like helping people, but this is fucking crazy. And we need to talk about this shit, and people need to fucking come to their senses and stop bullshitting each other. Because I'm getting tired of this fucking... Bro, it's like... Man, come on. Like, let's be fucking reasonable.
Like... I mean, I don't know. Like... Yeah, like... This whole argument about this one was kind of weird too. Allowing like a 13-year-old to undergo like hormone therapy to transition from man to female or something like that. Like allowing a young person to do that. You know, I don't know.
Bro, they don't allow a young person to get a fucking tattoo, right?
Without permission.
Right, you need to be with your dad.
Yeah, like without consent.
You want to get a piercing. No, but here they want to make associations where the doctor is able to decide, no, this person should be allowed to take all this chemistry that's going to change the biology of their body forever. And this person doesn't even know who the fuck they are. They're 13. Dude, when I was 18, I didn't know who the fuck I was.
I still don't know who the fuck I am. What the fuck? Like,
no. I mean, in the bigger scheme of things, I mean, we're still lost. We don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, but
we're just rolling by inertia at this stage. but I'm saying, at 18, if you would have allowed me, bro, there's tattoos that I regret that I got at 18. Right? I'm saying, like, if you were to allow me at 18 to do to change the biology of my body, I will be mad at you. And there's people that have the experience where later on they're like, yo, this fucked up my life and I cannot believe adults allow me to do this shit at 16 type shit. And that's why there's a high percentage of suicide in the trans community. And I'm with the fight. Like, I'm with them. Like, I want everyone to be happy, man.
Right.
But I just don't want things that are irreversible to be done to somebody that might not know yet what's happening. A lot of times those people end up being women that want to be guys, and then they end up just being lesbians, or vice versa. Like, the argument that they would say, because we do want to bring both sides in, the argument is, I was like, oh, that's really cool, Kiko, you want to bring both sides, but you don't have a trans person in your show. Well, guess what? DJ has been thinking about this shit for a minute. He wants to try it out. Fuck.
You know, I'm gonna try anything once. Yeah.
You know? And he could try and come back because that's what the law says.
Like, you could try, but can you really come back once you go that route?
I don't know, dog. I don't know if once you go down those Narnia paths, boy, start meeting with some fucking creatures out there, maybe you don't want to go back. Hey, but that's you, you know? You got to be happy. And we support that love. We support you wanting to be happy. But all I'm saying is, what was I saying?
That you're for the fight, but you like it's getting.
Like, I don't want it to hurt you. I don't want it to hurt you. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, I want you to, bro. A lot of people end up like 18, 20 when they're like, oh shit, no, I am gay, or like I was confused, and now I think that should be the same. Like you gotta be at least 18, and even at 18, I think it's irresponsible. But at least 18.
At least, right? Yeah, but like once you're 18, you get to decide. Even if even if like it's even if the decision might not help you out in the future, you made that decision for yourself as an adult.
Yeah.
Not that somebody else made it for you, or
Yeah.
that somebody else had to sign over your life to say, all right, let this person do
Whether or not we agree that 18 is the right age for us to say you're an adult,
I would
regardless of
say
what we think.
25, really.
Okay, yeah, but to not go into another debate, regardless if we agree to it or not, that's the age that we as a society, I mean, at least in the U.S.
In
and
the
in
US,
many
yeah.
countries, right, we have acknowledged it as the legal adult age. If we can take you to war at 18, if you could drink, if you could smoke at 18, then you could decide what you want to do with your body. I mean, that's fine. I just think it's crazy when they're like talking about like 7, 8 year olds, 13-year-olds, you know, and moms that are raising kids, like almost kind of like pushing them to you know, to be on the spectrum.
Yeah, this whole gender neutral environment, or whatever the fuck.
I mean, I just don't like people losing sight of biology and the reality of our human anatomy. You know, like, dude, we see this with animals. Like, there's a difference. There's, you know, and I'm not talking about like all men should play with, you know, whatever trucks.
No, that's different. Like roles, like societal roles, that's different. But wanting to change your body to be man or woman, that's completely different.
Yeah, but even like a guy playing baseball with his kid, like, oh, that's starting to be something like, oh, why are you pushing him to do man stuff? And it's like, I mean, dude, there are realities of our biology that go hand in hand with certain activities. Like women would like to role play with dolls and shit because they're more like sentimental and more social, and men are more competitive. Like, we cannot always just like deny shit and then try to make it look like the world is this like simple. It isn't. Like, yes, I'm like, if my son or whatever wanted to do other things, like, that's straight, but doesn't mean that you shouldn't. Like, I just don't think it should be pushed. Like, it's almost like you kind of wanting the kid to be like, people don't understand that when kids have this complex sexuality discussions with themselves, it's sometimes a very hard situation, and you shouldn't try to make it harder or push them to be something that they might not necessarily be. Like, let it flow, but don't, you know what I mean? I think nowadays some moms just want to be like Instagram heroes. Like, yeah, he's fucking, you know, non-gender, and you know, his name is
that's
you
dumb.
know, Darlin or whatever, like some
Darlin.
no, like Darlin, like I don't know, like a name
like a random name that has neither
his
male
name is,
nor
his
female.
its name is Udon, or I don't know.
It's
like,
oh my god.
I don't even know if that's correct. Like, I could be, you know, I could be canceled right there if I had more than like 100 subscribers. Thankfully, we're in the undergrounds of the social medias, but never.